distributed on FIFA Plus. We're coming to you live from the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium here in Shillong, the northeastern part of India. It's a tri-nation tournament between India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have already been crowned the champions with 2 victories in 2 games for them. First beat India by 2 goals to nil. Then in their second fixture, getting the better of Iran by 3 goals to nil, unchallenged. And 2 proud nations with a history going 15 years back, a rivalry going 15 years back. India have long dominated the scene. Last couple of performances going Nepal's way, especially it's been 1 year to date since that semi-final game where India took the lead in the second half, but that was neutralized after a bit of a delay by Samitra Bhandari and then going on to win in the penalties. We start fresh, we start again. And Sangeeta Basfor has got the armband for this fixture, and her counterpart Samitra Bhandari. And these two have faced off each other multiple times. Refereeing contingent will be led by Pansa Chaismith of Thailand. Has got the support of Choki Om, Sherin Chodhan and Sherin Funso. It's not just going to be about the tackles and goals. It's going to be about pride, passion, aggression and ambition. India on their quest to build that squad for Australia 2026. Slotted in a few new faces for the second game. And Rija, Linda Chanu and Julian have been slotted in. They start this fixture on the bench. Mosmi Murmu and Rimpa Haldar have been given an opportunity in the starting 11. And Karishma and Pyari Khakha have been benched for this fixture. I'm sure they will be involved at some stage in this contest. For Nepal, Hira Kumari and Anjila Subba start this fixture on the bench. Deepa Shahi and Anjana Rana find themselves a spot in the starting 11. So changes on both sides. Krismin Chetri advocating a large pool of players for the upcoming AFC Asian Cup in Australia. And off we go with the ref's whistle. You can't miss the side of these players in their bright jerseys. India in their all blue, Nepal in their all red. India going from left to right on your screens. And both the sides were completely outdone by Iran. And the physical side they bring to their contest. And Crispin did mention now they know how to play the sides with the physical attribute to their game. It's going to be a different challenge, and both the coaches are absolutely wary of the fact that what is at stake here. And that midfield would hold absolute key for both the set of players. Samitra Bhandari factor would be absolutely critical. She scored 7 times against India. Nice to see Deepa Shahi back on pitch. Did play a couple of minutes in the last game. Here's Preeti Rai. Goes sideways. A long ball pushed forward towards Samitra Bhandari. Samitra strikes! And Samitra! Was there ever a doubt? Samitra Bhandari. That was lightning quick. The sound of the whistle barely faded, and the net's already shaking. A long ball forward over that that back line. And the famous number 9 for Nepal. They are up and running. What a start to this contest. India have got a job on their hands now. I'll tell you what, it'll be nerves jangling. Drangme, Nirmala. That was a brilliant move. Was quick to spot Sabitra Bhandari there and played a long ball over that back line, and that was a brilliant finish, giving no chance whatsoever. And Sabitra. Another long ball. There was no presence of a red shirt there. His Dangme Grace, the most experienced player out there on the pitch. There's Rekha. Swift movement. Here's Linda Com. Linda all by herself. Rimpa. Couldn't quite go in. 8th goal versus India. She scored for the first time back in 2017. And since then, hasn't missed out an opportunity. Have to stay in the contest, India. '67th goal in her 62nd appearance for Nepal, Sabitra Bhandari. And she's away here. She's got a lot of space ahead of her. India backtracking. Sabitra Bhandari shifts the play. Wanted to get Rekha Paudel on the ball. It's Linda. Bang me, beg your pardon. And at the moment, it's all about keeping hold of the ball is absolute key for India. Martina. And Crispin did mention about trying to build out from the back, maintaining that possession and then progressing it through the midfield. And brings it down to safety. It's good. Ranjana Chanu, Shilki Devi, Nirmala Devi, Martina Dangme, Sangeeta, and Ratan Bala in the midfield. Rimpa, Linda Com, and Moshmi Murmu. The front three for India. Another long ball in Sabitra. Felt for a moment she was definitely in with another shout there. Going sideways, here's Ratnabala Devi trying to pick out a pass. And as well to keep the possession there. Couldn't quite in the end. Missing the experience of the likes of Fashalata and Sweetie Devi. And having said that, presents a massive opportunity for a lot of young talented players in the blue jerseys. And Nepal, of course, without the services of Geeta Rana for this tournament, has been nursing a shoulder injury and had to undergo a surgery. She will be out for a few months before she makes a comeback. Ratan Bala strikes. I'm not quite sure if the intent was to go for the target or try and get Moshmi Murmu was making that run from the far side involved. Half yard there and was ready to unleash that. Giving the ball wings this time. Takes it down. Deepa Shahi. Deepa Shahi and Preeti Rai in the center of the pitch would be absolutely critical from Nepal's perspective. The ball control they provide, the distribution, the weight and the passing is sublime from these two girls. And twisting and turning. This Nirmala. Rimpa gets dispossessed. Renuka. Bimla. And Pooja Rana decides to go all the way back to Anjana. Savita. Again, the first touch letting her down. Has to hustle and taken away by Rekha. Rekha marching forward. It goes down on the ground. Is outnumbered in that corner. 9 minutes into the first half. We have a goal already. And that was scored by Samitra Bhandari in the second minute. India yet to make attacking moves. Haven't seen a shot on target. Linda does well to get the possession back. He couldn't quite hold on to it. Samiksha for Ranjana Rana, who played her part in that semi-final victory against India in 2024. Nirmala tries to pick out a pass there. It's intervened by red shirt. Here's Rekha. Desperate to win the second ball here, Nepal. And that is something we haven't seen from India. This is much better from Sangeeta. Rangmi Grace goes down on the ground that time. A gentle shove. These two sides have met 18 times before, 11 to India and 2 to Nepal, and 5 games ending in draws. In the recent times, last 4 outings, Nepal have managed to get those 2 results in their favor and drawn 2 games in 2023. And those defeats would really haunt India into semi-final losses. There's Preeti. And Pooja gets it back to safety again. And they haven't trouble at all in the back 4 of Nepal up until this point. Still early days in the contest. India have got a pretty strong bench. And Spiari still sitting out there. More than the results is the fact that they are giving a lot of game time to the young talent. And like I said, it's a quest for a build-up for the future. A slightly better weighted ball in that occasion would have made things a little interesting. And Jana Rana Magar getting an opportunity to start. She did play the last game, last 20 minutes. And start all the fixtures in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Pretty unfortunate, losing out to Uzbekistan in the penalties. Mightly close. That's a brilliant ball. A deft touch by Sabitra Bhandari to let Rekha Paudel on his way through. Martina to the rescue for India. They are predetermined for this one. Nepal. Almost sense it from their body language. That hunger. Ranked higher in the FIFA standings at the moment. India 63. Nepal on 89. She had the option there towards her right. I'm not quite sure what the intent was on that occasion. Linda Combe was asking for it. It's going to be all about decision making in the end. You have to try and pick out the right pass. Shilki. Ranjana. Gets a decent flick on that one. It's a mixture. Bimla, beg your pardon. This knocks it out of the play. And they have to keep doing that. Try and put some sort of pressure on that back line. Here's Linda. Just outside the box. And toe pokes it towards Ratan Bala, who lets it fly! Nanjana Rana was put to scale for the first time this evening. Something to cheer for India in this first quarter. That was a very good effort. All started from Linda Combe. Hustling away from those red shirts and inviting ball. That was brilliantly struck. Ratan Bala Devi. Corner India. Floats it towards Dangme Grace. And Dangme unleashes but gets the shot blocked. There you have it. He's going in for all money. And Preeti launches one in the air again. Good first touch. There's Rimpa. And again, guilty of giving the ball away. Rimpa Haldar Preeti. And not on the same wavelength. Sabita Rana. They've started to win the ball back in the last couple of minutes, India. Much better signs. They've settled in the game really nicely now. And that should be a decent opportunity to put the goalkeeper under pressure. Gives himself a free kick. In the last couple of minutes, India. Much better signs. They've settled in the game really nicely now. But a decent opportunity. And Sangeeta. Ratan Bala, who will it be? And leaves it for Ratan Bala, who strikes. Decent effort. Goalkeeper didn't have to move. A couple of blue shirts were lurking in for a follow-up there. And again, winning the ball back. They've got better at that. Goes side of the wall and Well held in the end by the goalkeeper. There's Nirmala. Ratan Bala. He's dispossessed. Here's Martina. Ranjana. Under pressure from Samitra. Linda dropping deep. A long ball towards Rimpa Halder. Is Rimpa one-on-one. And too strong there. Samiksha this time. It's been a good contest between those two, Samiksha and Rimpa. Samiksha at the moment is winning that battle. And still a long time to go in this fixture. Feeling for her right knee there. Samiksha. And the ref points towards the bench. Corner. Dealt with quite easily. Here's Rimpa. And again, more of a hope than conviction behind that one from Ranjana Chanu. Still have gone pretty direct so far. Haven't seen the fullbacks trying to stretch out that back line. Trying to add a bit of width to the attack. And Crispin did mention about not having to go with long balls. It's going to be build up from the back and then control transitions and through the midfield and better progressions and avoid any mistakes. Another long ball from Anjana. It's Preeti Rai. Sabitra is dropping in deep. And haven't created enough after that opening goal, Nepal. And the change straight away, I believe. We'll get that confirmation of that change. Well, Pyari Khakha has been involved inside half of the first half. Is Martina. And the first stretch straight away for Pyari Khakha. The IWL champions with Odisha FC. And one of the experienced pros in this India setup. 37 caps and 18 goals to Pyari Khakha in her career so far. Here's Linda. And taken away by Renuka. China was a bit under pressure. Pantoi Chanu launches that one in the air. This could be dangerous. Yes, Preeti Rai on the ball. Preeti Rai strikes. Couldn't quite keep it on target. They'll have to get that communication going. Goalkeeper and the back line. It's Deepa back after 1 year. Brilliantly done from Preeti Rai. Here's Sabitra Bhandari. Gets the short block. It's India now trying to break out on the counter. Tammy Grace couldn't quite keep it in. Seems pretty animated on the touchline there, Crispin Chetri. Hasn't been the kind of starts India would have wanted. Still time for a comeback. A lot of time, in fact. Conceded early. Looks like Sabitra Bhandari has been cautioned. And again, getting dispossessed there is Renuka and Preeti. It's Pooja for Sabita. Deepa Shai's made that run down that right channel. And floated in towards Sabitra. Rekha Paudel couldn't quite get there. And there you have it. Looks like it was more for the after say. The ref taking a note of that and booking Sabitra Bhandari. Spiari. Been held in their stride so far, India. Nothing tangible has come except that one proper strike towards the target. Here's Pyari Khakha. Just goes down on the ground. Dang make race there. And reluctantly back on her feet. And there you have a look at it. Not quite sure if there was enough contact there. Sabita, Renuka. And Preeti Rai. There's a lot of space ahead in front. And trying to pick out a pass there. It's well read by Panthoi Chanu. So haven't seen that sort of fluidity from the midfield as far as India goes. Haven't created enough so far. All that could change with Pyari Khakha out there in the middle. Throw in for Nepal. Those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is the last fixture of the Tri-Nation tournament between India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have been crowned the champions with 2 victories in 2 games. And this one, the last fixture, both the sides fighting it out. Miss Pyari and Ratan Bala And spots that open spaces towards the left. Moshmi Murmu couldn't quite get to the end of it. It's a heavy ball down that left channel. 28 minutes almost into the contest, and 1-0 to Nepal. A flick on from the middle of the pitch. Here's Sabitra Bhandari one-on-one with Shilki Devi down the far right. Has got a red shirt waiting in Rekha Power inside the box. And tries to curl one towards Deepa Shahi. And ends up finding a blue shirt. Yes, Pyari. Lets it run towards Ratan Bala for a return ball. And Manmaya, starting this fixture, just knocks it out. Not allowing Pyari to turn there. They've been good defensively so far, Nepal. Except that one shot allowed towards the goal. They've managed to successfully held India in their strikes. Sangeeta again going sideways. Nirmala stepping up, plays it down the line, and taken away. And that is something they'll have to try and get better at for the rest of the game. Here's Preeti just knocking it back. Guest is possessed. Here's Linda Com, who dropped in deep. He collects that one. Has got an option towards the left and right. Moshmi. A couple of blue shirts arriving inside the box. Pyari was... that was over her head, but was flagged offside on that occasion. There you have it. That flag was up straight away. The flag was more so on Moshmi Murmu, I believe. Half hour has been ticked off here in Nepal. It's a slender lead. They have the advantage. India would want to quash any anxieties going into that half-time break. They need a repost here. There's Linda. Pyari. Ratan Bala wins the ball and hurls it towards Nirmala. Scans up for options, goes airborne. And draws in a clearance. Linda had little to no time on that occasion. Gets dispossessed. Here's Deepa Shai trying to pick out a pass again. India trying to calm things down. And again, that long ball unleashes Pyari Khacha. Was riding on the shoulders of Bimla Devi on that occasion. And prods it forward. His Preeti. Gentle touch towards Sabitra Bhandari. Gets dispossessed by Ratan Bala. Here's Shilki Devi. Sideways towards Sangeeta. Again gets dispossessed, and Sabitra was flagged offside. First Nepalese player to play and score in top-tier European League, Sabitra Bhandari. And first ever South Asian player to score a hat-trick in top-tier European League. She's not new to this very ground. Scored twice back in 2016 in the same fixture against Sri Lanka. This is much better from India. Dangme Grace has got help on the other side. Squares it up nicely. And a follow-up coming in from Sangeeta Basfor. That was a brilliant move from India. It had everything in it except the finish. And that should have been kept on target. One decent ball, and the back line was carved out by the Indian midfield. Spiari. And she's got herself a free kick here. Yeah, just got her right leg on her way through there. Crispin Chetri throwing in the words, throwing in instructions. And Nabi Nupani on the other side, 1 month old into this new job. And has to go up. It was a red shirt that got the ball in the end. As Ranjana retrieves that. Gets dispossessed. Luckily, a blue shirt finds it and hurls it all the way back towards Panthoi Chanu. Preeti Rai. 21 caps, 22 rather, for Preeti Rai. 5 goals for her. And played for Kickstart FC here in India. Known for her ball control. That's a delightful ball again over the top by Preeti Rai. Sabitra Bhandari strikes, and that's a brilliant tackle. Shilki Devi, absolutely top-notch stuff from her. And that was definitely goal-bound. And again, those two combining. Deepa Shahi. Under the corner. 10 minutes to play in the first half, plus the stoppages. Deepa targets the back post. And the blue shirt gets it away. Here's Ranjana. Does well to keep the ball in and rolls it down the carpet. Here's Ratan Bala. And flies that in the air. Rekha. And still Preeti. 2v1 in the center. Moshmi. And trying to get the ball into those open spaces down the left channel. And Bimla has had a fantastic game so far. Bimla and Samiksha. And they've partnered each other really well. And Shilki. And hurried clearance, and that's going to be a corner for India. An opportunity to put some sort of pressure on that back line and the goalkeeper. There have been 2 clear-cut chances created by India in the first half. And testing out the goalkeeper once, and second, not being clinical enough. Here's Ratan Bala, keeps it short. Here's Linda. And again, that written ball to Ratan Bala never arrived. Nicked off the ball there. Linda Com. 2v1 in that corner. And Sabitra Bhandari gets it back. Sangeeta trying to stop her down. Deepa Shahi has made that run, doesn't have help towards the other side, knocks the ball into those open spaces. Rekha Paudel nearly was out of reach in the end. Did her best to fly herself back into the penalty area there. And that's what happens when you provide that half yard to somebody like Sabitra Bhandari, who's going to be on it in a flash. Here's Pyari. Again, outnumbered, giving the ball away. Rekha for Preeti. Joe pokes it towards Sabitra. He's got an option towards the right in Sabita. Threads it through again towards Sabitra. Mosmi wins it back. Here's Linda Com. Slotted in wide towards the left. Back with Mosmi. Has got Pyari in front. Knocks it back towards Ratan Bala, who flies one towards Dangme Grace, who had made that run down the right corner. Rekha. Sabitra. Still Sabitra. And the angle was always taking it wide of the target. Was forced to go wide there. And given away the possession far too cheaply there. Still got about 6 minutes left in the first half. And India need a response. Desperate defending there, making sure the ball is knocked out. We've got two red shirts waiting inside the box for those crosses. Sabitra Bhandari, Rekha Paudel, the two experienced campaigners for Nepal. There's been 12 goals in 20 odd appearances for Rekha Paudel as well. And most of these players are no alien to the conditions. Has been heavily involved with the IWL, the likes of Sabitra Bhandari, who's won 3 championships, once with Setu and twice with Gokulam Kerala. Rekha, of course, was involved with Sports Odisha. Here's Sabitra, lays it off. Deepa Shahi couldn't quite strike it clean. Good defensive work there, but the flag had gone up anyways. Wouldn't have counted. Had to carve it. And coming out of that chaos, Nirmala launches that one towards Linda Com. Hasn't had enough of service. Linda Com. There's Pyari. Again, loses out on possession. Rekha Paudel thumps one down the ground. Preeti was anticipating the run coming in from Sabita Rana, which wasn't there to be seen. Martina gives it straight back to a red shirt. Here's Renuka. Rekha still giving it a chase. Nirmala. Shippers that one really nice. 2 minutes and a thick bit left in the first half. Rathanbala. Deepa. It's a brilliant first touch. Sumitra Bhandari. That's a brilliant save. Pantoi Chanu might have just kept India in the contest. What a delightful ball that was from Deepa Shahi. And that's what she brings to the table. Sumitra Bhandari, a delightful first touch, and it was all about Pantoi in the end. Taken away by Pyari Khakha. It's Linda. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Joe pokes it towards Tangmei Grace. The shot comes in. Oh my word! Pantoi was absolutely alert to it. Sabitra, she stayed onside there. She knew it even before the flag and the whistle had gone in. Moshmi against Pooja Rana. Here comes Dangmei Grace with a cross. And comfortably held in the end. They've come close, India, not close enough. And leaves it for Pantoi Chanu. And comes out of her spot and grabs that one in the end. Still got a few seconds left in the first half, plus the injury time to follow. And this game is truly living up to its expectations. Manmaya. Preeti. Still Preeti brings it down. Rathanbala takes it away. There's Shilki Devi. Looking up for options. Doesn't find one. Has to go sideways. Just 1 minute has been added on as the stoppages.
1 minute of added time in the first half.
There's been hardly to any stoppages in the first 45 minutes. A flick on. Unfortunate for her, it went straight through to Pantoi Chanu and didn't land in front of her, Sumitra Bhandari. Linda out-muscled by Renuka there. Sabita. Deepa Shahi back towards Sabita. Holds on to her stance is Renuka. The first touch letting her down. And Sangeeta again gives it away. And Pyari again driving forward with Linda towards her right and held back. So that's the end of first set of 45, says the ref. And what an entertaining first half it has been. Who else but Sabitra Bhandari striking the first blow inside 2 minutes. And they had their fair share of chances towards the back end of the first half, but India did manage to get one clean strike towards the target, making the goalkeeper work. That was a brilliant save from Anjana Rana to keep out Rathanbala Devi. And other than that, there have been a couple of opportunities created from the crosses. Haven't been clinical enough from India's perspective.